Caroline Cahill with Marijuana Industry News, and I'm here with Walter Paulsen of Alula Hydro. Hi, Walter. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great, Caroline.
Well, can you give me a little overview of your company?
Sure. So we do nutrient management systems for commercial cannabis. So we help people feed their plants perfectly, track all the data, manage the pH. It's a better, easier, cheaper way of having people take care of their plants.
Okay, and now when you say commercial, what plant count?
Probably minimum of about 2,500 square feet. So typically something where people are past doing it all on their own. So there's not necessarily a plant count, but 2,500 square feet on up to 22,000 is where California's capped. We can go basically as big as people want.
Okay, and are you based in California?
Yes, I'm based in Silicon Valley, and our tech team is in Colorado.
Okay, very cool. And then what year were you founded?
So we were founded at the very end of 2015, so we're almost a year old, but we've kind of been in stealth mode for the first few months building our technology.
Very nice. And what prompted you to get involved in the cannabis industry?
I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I had done some hardware and software companies that had done pretty well, and I was looking at either doing a payment startup, and then a friend of my now co-founder had an idea about nutrients, and I had done some hardware and software things, and we started looking at it, and then we kind of stumbled into the cannabis thing and realized this was a dramatically underserved market for as big as it was. People were making do with really subpar technology, and we just thought it was just a fabulous opportunity.
What do you think's one of the most important things as far as nutrients go for a cultivator to understand?
I think is how important it is to the yield and to really use commercial cultivation techniques where you know what you're feeding your plants, when you're feeding them, and that you do it at the same time every time, because it's becoming very important now as people are selling into the edibles markets to hit a consistent CBD, and sort of terpene profiles, because that's what the consumers are wanting. They don't necessarily want a 32% THC Charlotte's Web. They want a consistent, high-quality product, and to do that, you need to bring commercial cultivation techniques into a grow.
So obviously you're targeting commercial cultivators. Is there a specific target market within that?
Yeah, it's really indoor is, we think, the sweet spot. So greenhouse and indoor are the places where they can control the elements, and they're getting the highest price per pound. So we think that's really the center of the bullseye. We do have some outdoor growers who are interested in using our technology, and we're happy to do that, but we think the value proposition on an indoor grow is really tremendous. We think that's where people get the biggest bang for the buck.
Okay, and what's been driving your revenue?
So what's been is sales of the technology system. So the technology system, an 8-head premium system, is $20,000, and what's been driving it is growers wanting to be able to compete. They see this huge upswing from legalization, and they know they need to professionalize. They need to eliminate labor. They need to be consistent, and they don't have very good technology that's available to them. And so it's the competitive opportunity and the competitive pressures.
Okay, to keep up.
They're trying to keep up.
Yes, and then how were you initially funded?
So I had lived in Silicon Valley and had had some successful startups, so I funded the company pretty much for the first 6 or 8 months, and then we've raised friends and family money, and we're actually raising some outdoor money now to fund the growth, because we're getting a bunch of interest.
Okay, cool, especially with the domino effect of states happening, perhaps.
Exactly. It's exciting, but intimidating. We had somebody here because we're focused on Colorado and California, and they were very interested in Pennsylvania. And they sort of said, well, would you sell to Pennsylvania? I said, it's a long plane trip, but for the right customer, you bet.
Yes, that's awesome. And now, what's the ultimate goal for the company?
The ultimate goal, for the company is to become, the leading provider of nutrient management systems, and not only the nutrient systems and the nutrients, but really the data. We want to be the place that gets the best data about how people, grow and get the optimal crops, because ultimately we think that's where the most value is. I'm from Silicon Valley. I'm familiar with software and data, and so it's really, we're building the best data and analytics around how people can grow commercial cannabis. And it's a resource that simply doesn't exist out there. And we think it's going to be tremendously valuable.
That sounds very exciting, and I wish you the best. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you.